What's good everyone, it's Smudger here with a little video breaking down some basic tips of Gunfight. With the Gunfight tournament mode back in Modern Warfare for the next few days, I thought I'd share some really quite basic tips that I've picked up throughout my time of playing it. As always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. If you want to find your way back, hit the subscribe button and have the notification bell turned on. And you can find me over on Twitch if you want to discuss anything else every Thursday and Saturday. Let's get into this. First tip seems like an obvious one. A crucial part of Gunfight is your mobility in general, and I know I've said this a few times for a few different videos, but it's important in Gunfight. It's not good enough to take someone out, simply stay there, their teammate will be hunting for you, especially if they've got comms. Also, if you're gonna, maybe you just tag them up, maybe you take half their health off. If they re-peek that corner, especially if perhaps your teammates rage quit and it's just you left, it's no good to just stand there, let them repeat, and then you're equal on HP. Because in Gunfight that HP is not coming back, and if no one captures the overtime flag, then the team with the most HP at the end wins. So make sure you keep moving after every kill every shot, unless you've got a mean heady and you know they've only got one way round to you, which is unusual in Gunfight maps. Tip number 2. Gunfight is all about small, close quarters maps, as I'm sure you all know. And due to the small spaces, you want to be able to look around quickly. This is pretty easy to do on PC if you're a keyboard and mouse player. If you're a console player or on controller, you should definitely consider upping that sensitivity just a little bit. I tend to put it up 1 or 2 notches every session, depending on how much Gunfight I'm playing. If I'm playing other modes, then I just tend to leave it as it is if I'm only hopping in for 1 or 2 games, but if I'm really going after the Gunfight victories, I will knock it up quite a few. You can't really afford to be losing time spinning around with your gun because you do only have 100 HP. You want to make sure that when you're turning around quick enough to get that first shot off from the enemy. Tip 3. If you're not already, and you can use a headset if your setup allows it, use a headset. Audio is massive in this game. Footsteps are so easy to hear and to kind of position, even with something like Apple earbuds just plugged into your controller. I'd really recommend it. It enhances your experience of the game as well. And whilst Gunfight might start off pretty quick, shots fired down the lines of sight, after that it gets a bit campy. People start to walk quite slowly, trying to figure out where the enemies are going to be. So having that audio cue is going to be a big advantage. And the 4th tip is that if you can, play with a friend. Gunfight is made far easier when you can tell your teammate where the enemies are, what they're doing. I know this isn't possible for everyone all the time, but if you can, I'd recommend it. It's pretty fun, even if you're not taking it too seriously. Just make sure your call-outs are actually directional and you're not just yelling, he's over there, as your teammate spins around in a circle shouting, where? Just make sure that the call-outs are worthwhile. In all of these clips that you're seeing today, I'm not actually playing with a friend. These are just random teammates that I got given in the tournament. Random teammates that I had to hard carry quite significantly is probably the easiest way to put that. But if you can play with a friend, it makes it easier. I don't think anyone that I play with was online at the moment, or maybe they were all playing Warzone, but either way, solo duos as it is in Gunfight, even with a teammate, is not the most pleasant of experiences. And the final tip, learn the maps. They're only small, I know there's quite a few of them, but after a few rotations you should be able to pick up the lines of sight. Like here, you're either going to see them directly through those boxes down the middle or off to the right. There's very few other places for them to go, and it stops you getting killed off spawn. If you find yourself getting killed off spawn quite regularly, then you're going to want to take a moment to just figure out how they're doing that. Watch the kill cams, they're in there for a reason in this game mode. And once you have those lines of sight down, you'll find yourself maybe not killing people instantly, but tagging them up enough to make your job easier come 30 seconds later down the line when they're challenging you. It's not particularly difficult. These Gunfight tournaments seem to have a pretty small rotation of maps. You don't get all of them. If you look when you first click to enter the tournament, it will tell you what maps are in rotation, so you know kind of what to expect already, which is quite nice. And that's pretty much it. That's 5 tips to hopefully get better at Gunfight, get that tournament win whilst it's still up. Let me know what your favourite Gunfight map is, I can't remember off the top of my head which Gunfight maps are currently in rotation for the tournament, but I've been frying on them, so I'd wager to say they're my best ones. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you later. Bye. Just a little side note, I'm going to leave the rest of this game playing, I think, because if I remember correctly, this is a nasty little 6-0 where I think I pick up all but maybe 2 of the kills on my team. Like, I don't know why I was feeling so cracked, but, you know, there I was. So I'm going to leave this one up and let it run out, because it's a decent little match. Alright, see you properly. Bye.
It's all up to you now. Seconds.